Washington. The FBI is ramping up investigations of a cartel with reported ties to Venezuela's hard-left regime, along with anyone deemed to have dirty business involving the South American country's president, Nicolas Maduro, the Post has learned. The Bureau's primary target is the so-called Cartel de Los Soles, Cartel of the Suns, whose leadership allegedly includes members of the Venezuelan military. Businessmen, financiers, and other cartels will face the possibility of U.S. justice, said a source familiar with Bureau discussions. It's a big undertaking, but if successful will be historic. Anyone with blood-soaked dollars in their pocket should be worried, the person added. During Trump's first term, his administration went after Cartel de Los Soles as part of its drive against illicit drug trading. The cartel is not currently labeled a foreign terrorist organization, but the State Department last month slapped 8 Latin American-based crime rings operating in the U.S. with that label, including Venezuelan prison gang Tren de Aragua. A second source stated the FBI's goal is to cripple the entire financial system and organization of those groups. Just like Trump eliminated ISIS, that will be on overdrive for this administration. It's a huge pillar of the America First movement and making America safe. Close the border, get the criminals out, shut down the drug flow, and make sure they don't come back, this person said. As of late 2024, Tren de Aragua had established a presence in more than a dozen states, thanks to the lax border policies of the Biden administration. In New York City, authorities say the gang is responsible for smash-and-grab moped robberies, shootings, attacks on NYPD cops, and sex trafficking on Roosevelt Avenue in Queens. President Trump has had a long history of tensions with the Maduro dictatorship. In his first term, the 45th president threatened to use the U.S. military to confront the regime. Maduro, meanwhile, announced in 2019 Venezuela would be cutting ties with the U.S. after Trump recognized Juan Guaido as the interim president following disputed elections. Trump stands in opposition to the Maduro regime. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters at a press briefing last month. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, meanwhile, told Fox News' Brian Kilmeade he believes Maduro is a horrible dictator who is instilling all kinds of instability. Despite the public opposition, the Trump administration has held talks with the Maduro regime, which has resulted in the restarting of deportation flights to the South American country and the return of 6 American hostages. FBI Director Kash Patel testified in his Senate confirmation hearing that one of his priorities would be targeting narco-trafficking, which he called the underbelly of other illegal operations like human trafficking and terrorism. Last month, the feds extradited 29 cartel members from Mexico after Trump threatened an across-the-board 25% tariff if the America's southern neighbor failed to crack down on drug smuggling.